Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rad carport builder mechanic, real estate investor, automotive carport mechanic. You know, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. And I was thinking, I was mowing the yard and it started lightning and thundering and raining. I was out there on the little old green machine John Deere there and the little rider. And I hurried up. I was all the way down by the road, by the gate, and I weed eated everything. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about all that. I'm going on 7 months. And a little backstory, if you folks are just tuning in and never been to my channel, I'm just going to give you a quick brief of what happened. Try to. I'm going on my 7th month. And actually, I retired I actually retired last year in December. So 2 months into December, the last 2 weeks, of December, I actually really retired. I made a long Christmas vacation. I love it. But and I turned 65 in December. That was my birthday. And of course, I got my Medicare. That kicked in actually while I was still working. And I dropped my Blue Cross Blue Shield, which the company I work for gave us that, and so it was kind of like, I dropped it and I picked up my Medicare and I was off and running with that, because I was 65, my 65 month. The month I turned 65, you can start collecting your Medicare. If you were, let's say, the 18th, it doesn't matter. If it was December, it would start at the first day, your birthday month. So that's what happened with me. I made that plan. Could have retired. Boy, I always bellyache in my videos. Say I wish I could have retired earlier. And if you have your savings and your ducks in a row, and you got extra money to pay for the insurance, because insuring yourself will be a lot of money. Cobra. We call it in Florida the Marketplace, which is Obamacare. And I think then it was like $300 a month just for me, not the wife, So that's a big chunk of change, And if you wait, the longer you wait to collect your Social Security benefits, the more you will get. So, okay, so I'm glad I waited until 65 because I get a little bit more. I don't have, right now I forgot what it was, but it's more, trust me. I didn't retire full now. 66 and 8 months is my full retirement. And then there's another full retirement, I call it the big enchilada. When I'm 70, you get a bunch more if you wait that long. And let me tell you, folks, I was ready. Trust me. I was ready a long time. I was ready 3 years before I retired. So, of course, I didn't wait that long. And you know what? I think if you really boiled down, it would have been a maybe, $15 more, that I would have gotten, I don't know, something like that. And, I tell you what, life, one thing you can do, you can always make money, but you can't make time. And that's what I'm learning. Now, what the video is about, okay, I've been 7 months now, and, I was thinking, a lot of people, I find out people are really scared to retire and worried, and whatever it is, and you can use all kinds of excuses not to retire. And I was guilty for that. I'll be honest with you too. There was a lot of things, what if the economy bust, what if this and that, what if they quit paying Social Security, what ifs, a lot of what ifs. And, and then I remember the week I told everybody, the boss, the owner of the company, I told her, 3 months prior that I'm quitting, December's the last, that's my last month or ever working with you, and so I gave her notice. And I remember telling all my co-workers about it, and a lot of them come up to me and go, what the president just signed, he's going to try to do this, and the Congress and the Fed, and and Social Security is going to be in 5-10 more years. They're not going to pay you, and blah blah blah, and you buy into that stuff, the fear factor, and I had a plan together though. See, here's the thing too. I call a solid plan. Okay. I had everything paid off for, money in the bank, investments. So I was ready, and I was waiting for the Medicare, be honest with you. And then tell you what now, let me give you a little update on that. Now, it's been 7 months. I just went to the doctor this morning for my checkup again. I've been to this new doctor now. This is the second, I believe the second time. And, it's the third time. Sorry. I remember in December I did a quick intake with him or whatever he did, But yeah, and I had my blood work and all that. And I love it, man. I'll tell you. And I got a good thumbs up too. Everything's good, old Brian here. So, you get buy into these fear factors and these fear things that people tell you, and it just kind of freezes you. And another thing too, you're so used to getting a paycheck every Friday, and it's like money coming in, but then you get to thinking, wow, if I'm retired, I don't have that money coming in. And it seems like the boss's mommy, or there's a woman owned a company, big company, if it's like mommy ain't taking care of me anymore, it's time to leave the nest. And that's what it is, retirement. When I went to retire, it was very different, very strange, I left the nest, it's like leaving home, when I was 18, or 17, leaving the nest. Bye, Mom, bye, Dad, I got my apartment, It was very weird. And it's the same, it's about the same feeling. And y'all out there that's been retired, chime in and please give me some comment and feedback what it was like for you. And it's different. It really is different, and I found myself, waking up. I remember that Monday morning, everybody's at work, and I wake up early, of course. I used to get up early. Of course I'd wake up early, without even an alarm clock, and I'd wake up and I'd watch TV and go, something don't feel right. Something ain't right. And that was a feeling I got, like something ain't right. And used to be, everybody always, you ever heard that thing, if something doesn't feel right, it ain't right. And then you got to fight with that because it is right. And the more I got talking to other folks that's been retired and, and validating it's okay. Going to the gym. I remember I was going to the gym for my first few months in retirement. I was going to the gym, and early in the morning. I still go, but I was going early in the morning. But I was following all the people going to work, but I was going to the gym. So it almost felt like I was making a job out of going to the gym. So I finally learned to back off of that. Get up instead of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm ready to go do something. I'm starting to learn to get up at the crack of 8:30, 9, crack of 9, crack of 10. And I used to go to bed at 8 o'clock, 7:30 I'd be in bed. Seriously, at 8 o'clock I was out, and now I'm up until 11 watching a movie. We're watching a lot of old movies, I tell you. And I've never seen these movies because I've always worked, You get so many days in your life, you think about it, you narrow it down. If you work a 40-hour week, that's a lot of hours. And then through the whole week, you're prepping yourself to go to work. So then on the weekends, you got these emergency things, rush jobs, mow the yard, do this, do that, go to the grocery store, get all this stuff, do that. If you go to church, you go to church, whatever. If you don't go to church, doesn't matter, and if you go to the beach, you go to the beach, hurry up and do that. There's all these, so many things you can do in a 8-hour, 9-hour, 12-hour span in your life. And you spend more time with your work people that you work with, more than you spend with your family. And that's another thing too. It's like, wow, I don't have anybody to talk to, And I got the wife, of course, we talk to her, but it's like that, and you don't have that, that sense of belonging to anything anymore. But it's a new way of living, and then being involved in a church, a fellowship is very important. And it, your church family, and that's cool, or any kind of fellowship. And if you got, I think, nowadays, even the single people, elderly people, and even couples, they play pickleball. That's a big thing here. I know in Florida it is. So, there's ways you can do things. You get involved in stuff. I got these projects I'm working on. You notice I got this right here, I got this cab, this truck cab right here. Well, the roof is rotted pretty bad on some areas. And then I got a top that I chopped off many years ago. Got it from Ed's salvage yard. I bought that from him. Oh, boy, it's been a long time ago. It's been over, you know what? It's been about 11 years ago when I bought that. Ed's Junkyard in Williston. And I always said, you know, one day when I retire, I'm going to put that on the old rat ride, which was this one right here. Well, I got another project, which is this truck right here that I'm working on with the flathead V8. So, you know, I mean, that's cool. I saved up my things over the years. I got all kinds of parts. I got a shipping container, 40-foot shipping container full of parts and kind of stuff that I've saved over the years. Just my passion for those trucks. And that's another thing, too. I found myself really working harder than I ever did at my regular job, working on my projects. I mean, I'd get the wife come out here like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Brian, you go to bed. You want to watch a movie? I said, okay, I better, you know. And I'm sitting here, especially in Florida. It's really hot, and man, I'd have a bandana. Of course, I have my old hat here, you know, and yeah, I'd sweat all my electrolytes out of my body, and I'd have to make sure I drank electrolytes and plenty of fluid. But I really work. I'm serious. I've worked harder than I ever have at my job. I was going to say, shh, don't tell the boss that, but oh well, I don't work there anymore. You can tell them all you want. And that's the other thing too. I kid with the wife, you know, like. After the holiday, you know, like what was the last one? It was 4th of July, a few weeks back, and they're, you know, back to work. The holiday's over on Monday, you know, and so I remember Monday morning I woke up. I think me and the wife I got at 9:30 in the morning. We're watching the news, you know, and we're sitting there eating our breakfast. I go, oh my God. Will you call the boss for me and tell him I'm going to be running late? You know, I start laughing. I do things like that. And you know, when that gives me a sense of gratitude that I don't have to do that anymore. And that's it too. So it's a learned behavior, even being retired. That's what my premise of this video is. Don't be afraid. You know, don't be scared to do it. You know, if you got everything lined up, trust me, and there's a lot of things, you know, really important, like all my past videos I talk about. Even before I retired, I was talking about getting a budget, you know, pets to have everything paid for. You gotta have some, it helps to have income coming in, trust me, and you know, other than Social Security. Now, Social Security, what I get is a good staple. It pays for the staples in life. I mean, I'm talking about my car insurance, taxes, health, like, you know, all that kind of stuff, utilities, what I'm saying, food, it's great. It's great. And I got the Medicare. You know, so the other stuff, you know, is just stuff I spend money on. I have money that I've saved. I've got I'm yielding pretty good money on my money over the years, and you know, so everything's good because I had a plan. I had a master plan. If you have these things, really, there should be no problem. It's just getting used to it. You know, there's one thing in life for sure. One thing in life certain is change. And that's the thing. And sometimes change is not so easy, or it's just it's scary to some people. Me, you know, I'm going to talk for me. Change is, you know, sometimes I'm comfortable with this way, you know. I'm comfortable with that paycheck every week, you know. Well, you know, I can laugh to the bank or whatever. You old stiff, you're retired, but I'm still go getting. I don't look at it that way anymore. I enjoy this retirement. And now that it's been 7 months, I think I'm kind of really sinking in, getting more comfortable. I think it's like the foundation, pouring a foundation on a home. I think the concrete is finally settled. You know, the walls ain't shaking, I guess, if that's the best analogy. I don't know. But anyway, please, by all means, don't be scared. Don't be afraid, you know. It's something, you know, you worked hard for, and if you saved and you know, crossed all your T's and you know, and did the best, and you deserve it, and it's out there for you, you know, really it is. And you young folks, please live for the day, save for tomorrow. And with that, hey, oh yeah, please like and subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. hit the notice bell and, become a member of my channel, subscriber, I mean. And please, a lot of things, I'll tell you what, a lot of things are important to me today. My wife, my family, my children, of course, my country, my God, my friends, and you folks. Please, by all means, if you do anything, take care of yourself. God bless you.